Welcome, everyone, to this episode of the Mortgages by Gretchen show, where I talk to real people in the field of real estate and business who are not only experts, but they are generous and willing to share their knowledge and their wisdom with us here today. And the goal of the show is for you to gain some information and tips to help you reach your goals in business and real estate, and to take some of the guesswork out of what to do or who to call in the process. And today I am very grateful to have Christa Mitchell with me here. And Christa is the Chief Strategy Officer at Pineapple, and Pineapple is the mortgage brokerage that I am a part of. Christa focuses on growing the network of brokers and agents while also helping lead the technology division to expand, create efficiencies, and refine solutions offered to the network. She's also been responsible for further establishing the company's already robust training program to continue equipping Pineapple's network with best-in-class expertise, knowledge, and enabling its members to be leaders in the market. An established professional in the mortgage industry, Christa has more than 15 years of experience in sales, technology, and executive management. And in 2020, Christa was recognized in the Canadian Mortgage Professionals Annual Women of Influence, which highlights female leaders who've been breaking down barriers in the mortgage industry and making it more inclusive. I first met Christa, I believe, about 18 years ago when we were both in the industry, and we both began working with Mortgage Alliance. And Christa has been an inspiration, a friend, just a dynamic woman that I've been grateful to know for this time. So I'm very appreciative of having you, and I think there's so much we can all learn from you, Christa. So thank you for being here.
Wow, thank you so much for that, Gretchen. It's an honor to be here with you. And as you mentioned, we met over 18 years ago. We sort of started in the mortgage industry together at the same time. I was the receptionist just starting at Mortgage Alliance. You were one of the first people I met. And I just remember the smile and how you made me feel, so included. And I think that you might even have me in your phone still with my maiden name and my title of receptionist, if you and I joked about it a little while ago.
I do. Christa Receptionist. I'm like, that is a blast from the past.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So we've certainly known each other for a very long time, but I like to tell people we started in grade 10 now. So it doesn't too much.
That's right. We're children prodigies.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Awesome. So if you want to share anything else about you and your background before I ask you some questions, that would be great.
Awesome. Well, thank you for that. As you mentioned, I'm the Chief Strategy Officer here at Pineapple, as well as a managing partner and director of the company. I've been in the mortgage industry for over 18 years now. It's crazy. It's gone so fast, and it all happened by mistake. I actually came here from Newfoundland to find that dream tech job and ended up finding Michael Beckett and Melissa Ritzy at Mortgage Alliance instead. And they were just the most amazing mentors. I got to be their executive assistant for a number of years while behind the scenes we were building the first proprietary technology called Mortgage Boss, which we launched in 2007. And from there, Michael pushed me out of my comfort zone to get on into the sales sides of things. I was affectionately known as the boss lady for a number of years. I, from there, went on to be the VP of Sales, Service, and User Experience for the technology for a couple of years. And my last few years at Mortgage Alliance was in the VP of Operations role. So got to handle corporate administration, compliance, brokerage operations, corporate events, a little bit of everything. So it's just helped me so immensely to jump over here into Pineapple with my two amazing partners to positively change the mortgage landscape.
That's amazing. I did not know about your IT background, so that makes complete sense, knowing that you were the boss lady and all of those things. So, and you're just so versatile, because I know your skills expand to so many different areas. Yeah. So I want to speak to you about as a business professional. You are professional, but you have a great warmth and positivity, which I really appreciate. And what, if that or something different, what's helped you being able to create such a successful career? Because you are one of the few females, which I know that sometimes that's somewhat irrelevant. You're a professional, successful person, not just from being female. So what would you say, maybe some of the things that helped you with your career and to become at the level you're at now?
For me, first and foremost, it's always about being responsive. From day one in this industry, it's gotten me so far by just picking up your phone, getting back to people as quickly as you can and making them feel, that you're there to support them when they need you. It's real important to take action and always do what you say you're going to do. I always have kept my word, and it's amazing how much that can do for you in your professional career, especially on the sales side of things. I was, running the technology, the support team, user experience, and then also responsible for building the network of people that were using the technology. And I would do what I said I was going to do, and then they would tell their friends and their friends, and it just sort of snowballed from there. So taking action and keeping your word is huge, I believe. Setting goals. I always set goals for myself, but more importantly, you need to define what success means to you and be specific and find measurable goals to help you achieve, and get to that finish line. Planning is super important, and putting that plan into action and making sure that you execute. And you can do that by staying consistent and persistent. It'll get you to where you want to go. What else? I always reflect on failures, not to beat myself up, but to learn and to grow and to use those setbacks as motivation to keep pushing forward. Mentors. I've had some of the best mentors throughout my career to help, provide guidance and support and allow me to learn from not only my own experiences, but from their experiences and advice. You got to surround yourself with the right people, the best people, get out and network. But most importantly, I think, is to have a positive mindset. Focus on your strengths and the successes. Don't let the day-to-day stuff get to you. Life's too short not to be happy. Oh, and make sure you take care of yourself, especially your mental health. You need to prioritize self-care and find the time for your work-life balance. I'm not always the best with that, but I think it's super important. But success is a personal journey. And what's worked for me may not work for everyone else, but I do believe that by setting goals and taking action and learning from your failures and having that positive mindset will, get you to a place where you can increase your chances of becoming very, very successful.
I think I'm going to be rewatching this and writing this down, because there's some of the things you've said that I have not implemented the way that I could be. So super valuable, important things that you said, and you said a lot in a really concise manner. So that's really helpful. Thank you.
No, thank you.
You're welcome. So I'm a strong believer in our ability to move forward through fearful thoughts and things that have not always gone our way in our environment, and finding ways to make a difference in how we experience life. I'm sure you're a human being, so you've had things that have come up along your way that, as you mentioned, trying to maybe reframe or learn from. Can you share any tips on how you're able to find positivity and joy in what can be a very high pressure industry?
Absolutely. I think it goes back to a little bit of what I was just saying to you about trying your best to focus on the positive aspects of your work, such as helping others, the opportunities for growth and development, or, just meaningful interactions with our coworkers and customers. Practicing gratitude has been big for me in finding joy in this industry as well. I take a few minutes every morning and every evening before I go to bed to be grateful for all I have in both my work and personal life. Connecting with people on a personal level and building those relationships with, a mutual respect for each other's situation. I think it helps, it's a great tip to be positive. And we're not always the best with these next tips, but you do need to try to focus on taking breaks when needed. And Kendall says this all the time, my partner here, you need to celebrate the achievements, both big and small, so you can build confidence and motivation, which keeps you feeling a sense of pride in the work that you're doing. But ultimately, for me, it's all about helping people. I'm good with what I call good stress. We put out fires all day long at this level of our career, but when we're helping our agents move their business forward or helping Canadians get into homes, which is what you do each and every day, and overcoming any obstacles along the way together, I think that's what helps me find joy in what I do each and every day.
another amazing, beautiful, very full answer. So thank you for that as well. So you have a family. How have you juggled your work and family life, especially during any personal challenges which um, happen in life? And you mentioned before the word balance. There's thoughts about that word, but how have you managed to do that? Work on that.
Yeah, I want to start off by saying that I have the most supportive husband that anyone could ever ask for. He's been in my corner throughout every struggle and success in my career journey. So that certainly helps a lot. You need to have somebody who's understanding of what your commitments are with your work. But juggling work and life can be challenging. A few strategies that I use to help me stay on top of things is you have to be able to prioritize. I schedule events and organize tasks for my family the same way I schedule my tasks out for my work obligations. You have to put them in the calendar too. Communication is really big on both sides. Your family and your work family need to understand what your upcoming responsibilities and commitments are, so that you can manage the expectations of everyone around you. Setting boundaries is really important. If you have planned family time, make it family time. I tell my staff here all the time, we are in the best industry, but we work in mortgages. It's okay if we get to that phone call or to that email in an hour from now, if you are spending time with your family. Delegating helps me a lot. My husband helps me so much with my home life, and I'm surrounded by the best support staff here at Pineapple that can jump in to help me when I need that help. But mostly, though, I think you just need to be flexible. Everything is not always going to go the way that we hoped, which is what you just said. And we have to be able to pivot and realign when required to manage unexpected situations.
Well, and I know from interacting with you that you, the things that you say, you don't just say them, you do them, and you are a big part of making Pineapple feel like a family, and not just a business family, but a whole encompassing the whole life. And like you say, being able to share with coworker that, hey, I need tomorrow off because I have a personal urgent matter or whatever. Like you just emulate all that. So more golden nuggets. Awesome. Wonderful. So what drew you to join Pineapple in 2020, and what do you feel are the benefits of Pineapple to customers as well as to the agents and the brokers that are in part?
Well, I came here for Kendall and Shuba, of course, but all joking aside, I've never met anybody else in my life that I'm more aligned with from a personal and company value and culture perspective. We are so aligned in what we want to do together in this industry. We set out together on a mission to positively change the Canadian mortgage landscape. And even though I know we've made some big impacts already, we have big plans together and we're really just getting started. We know that what's most important is to take care of our mortgage agents, to take care of you guys. We always want to provide you with the optimal tools and tech and support and training environment, but most importantly, the culture of that family that we just talked about so you can succeed. We talk about it here all the time. The sales world can be a lonely place, but it doesn't have to be if are surrounded by the right people. Let's lift each other up so that none of us fall. And if you're successful, if our mortgage agents are successful, then Pineapple's successful. And it doesn't hurt that both Shuba and Kendall walked in your shoes as mortgage agents. So it allows us to provide purpose and intent when we're building out our roadmap for our mortgage agents. A few of the things that make us different at Pineapple for our mortgage agents, especially, is that we have no contracts for anyone. It makes us show up each and every day, and we never want to see anybody where they're not seeing value. We pay out everything. All volume bonuses, efficiency bonuses, year-end bonuses, so that your split's your split. Transparency to us is key in building that relationship so that you have that trust in us. We have daily payroll with 1-day EFT. We do all kinds of marketing automation for your leads and pre-close journeys. We do timely and relevant list emails and data-driven journeys for your customers and all the stakeholders on the file, because you need to make sure those deals get closed. So how can we make sure that you are consistent in your communications to everybody that's included? We have training for everyone. We do over 300 hours of live training each and every year, with hundreds of hours of other digital trails in our pineapple juice. There's just so much that we want to offer to this space. But I think most of all, I'm so excited about being part of changing the industry and helping our mortgage agents and broker owners move their business forward each and every day, which in turn trickles down to your customer experience.
And I can say everything you said is 100% true. Again, and I'm so happy to be part of Pineapple. And I think top down, bottom up, whatever way you want to look at it, it's a great. Everything is absolutely true in terms of what you offer the agents and the industry. So,
Well, you know what, we have a saying here that if somebody trusts us enough with their career, we know that that's how you pay your bills and take care of your family. We've talked a lot about that in this segment. We need to treat that with the utmost respect, and we need to make sure that we do things with purpose and intent. We're not perfect, but we'll make sure we're responsive to your needs and that we're good listeners. And again, like I said, that makes you the best that you can be for the Canadian consumers.
Amazing. Okay, so there's not as many women in management and leadership positions in the mortgage industry as there are men, and it's certainly not, I don't see 50-50. I don't know if there's some statistics that but what would you say about that in general, in your experience of that?
Well, this topic has always been something that's top of mind for me. I just recently did a staff list at Pineapple, and we're 51-49 with male dominating just a little tiny bit here. But it's pretty much equal across the board. But the underrepresentation of women in management and leadership positions in the mortgage industry is an issue that's been acknowledged now for the last several years, for sure. While progress has certainly been made, Gretchen, there is still so much work to be done to ensure that women have equal opportunities for advancements in our space. There's so many factors that contribute to this disparity, including unconscious bias, the stereotypes and the lack of mentorship and sponsorship opportunities that are available for women. Additionally, the mortgage industry has historically been male dominated, which then in itself creates a culture that is less supportive of women's career advancement. To address this issue, though, I think that all of us that are mortgage industry leaders need to take proactive steps to increase not just gender diversity, but inclusivity in our organizations. This is always top of mind for us here at Pineapple. This can include things like implementing programs to identify and develop talent, providing mentorship and sponsorship opportunities, growing from within, and actively working to combat unconscious bias and stereotypes in the workplace. I also believe it's super important for women in the mortgage industry to go and seek out those opportunities for themselves for career development and advancement, to network with other like-minded women in the industry, and to advocate for themselves and other women. I talked about it before. Find that mentor and surround yourself with the people that will help you grow. And I believe by increasing women in management and leadership positions in the mortgage industry, it'll not only benefit those women, but it also benefits the industry as a whole. I think we can all agree that diverse teams are more innovative and better equipped to solve complex problems, which in turn can lead to increased profitability and success for all. Gretchen, but I gotta tell you, I'm eagerly waiting for the day where there's just leaders and not women leaders and men leaders. I do believe it'll be in our time in the mortgage industry.
Yeah, I'm with you on that too. Absolutely. And I'm taking note. I need more mentors or a mentor.
I've got some great ones. And you know what? It's like dating. You got to find the right people that you align with. But I've been super fortunate to have some of the best people surrounding me in this career.
Yes. And I will say, I see you as a mentor, but I would be open to more connections. So that's going to be that's an important thing though, having good mentors. I agree 100%. So wonderful. And are there any tips or comments on anything I haven't asked you about that you maybe feel would be worth sharing?
All right. So if I'm thinking about us and the mortgage agents who are truly our customer here at Pineapple Head Office, I'd love to tell everybody that you need to embrace technology. It's going to help us all improve efficiency, reduce costs across the board, and truly enhance our customers' experience. Focus on your customers' experience. it's the biggest transaction of your customers' lives. It's a very stressful time for them. And I think if we focus on their experience and take away some of the pain points, this will truly help build customer loyalty. And probably the last thing I'd like to say is that we need to stay on top of all the regulatory changes and monitor market trends. Pineapple agents do that all the time with our weekly market update, but now more than ever, we've got stuff coming at us from every angle with interest rate hikes and legislative changes, or budgets, national and federal and provincial. So just make sure you stay on top of everything that's happening in this space.
Thank you for that. Amazing. And what is your last piece of advice for Canadians right now?
For our Canadian consumers, I know that the sentiment around the mortgage market has been a little grim lately. You're hearing in the press about rising interest rates and low inventory. And, I just want to remind you all, though, that the right time to enter the housing market is when you're ready. Stop listening to the press and seek the advice of your mortgage agent like Gretchen to help you navigate through these times. Gretchen and the other Pineapple professionals or mortgage agents across the country, they'll provide you with the guidance and support required so that you can make the best informed decision for you and your family.
I think that's perfect advice, because I myself bought a home a year ago, and it was the right time for me and my family. So, that's a really perfect answer. Wonderful. Well, I'm very grateful for your time today and all of your wisdom. I'm definitely going to be listening to this probably multiple times and taking notes. Maybe you could write a book.
One day, I would love to have some time to do that, but we definitely still got a lot of work that we got planned for this mortgage industry. So you'll probably see me around for a little bit longer here.
Yeah, you don't have time to write a book right now, but maybe I'll write it as your ghostwriter or something. I don't know.
That would be amazing. Or we could do a collaboration.
Oh, there you go. Wonderful. Well, Christa, thank you so much. This has been a great experience for me, and I'm sure all of the listeners are going to be very happy that you, with your wisdom. Thank you.
Well, thank you for having me. It's been an absolute honor. I think the world of you, Gretchen. Thanks so much.
Thank you. Bye-bye.